Live from Haley's living room. I feel like a news reporter or something. Like, let's get down to business. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Haley if you haven't been here before, and if you're joining me for the first time today, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. As you can see, today I'm going to be making my fall wreath, which is really exciting. I've been putting this project off for a little while, and I now finally have all of the pieces to kind of put it together, and I am really excited. As you can see, I'm at my table, and it's kind of an interesting height, but I am really excited because I finally got all the pieces to put this wreath together, and I think it's gonna come out super cute. I've never made a wreath by myself before. I have made some wreaths with my mom in the past for her house, but nothing ever like this, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I post a new video every week, so go ahead and click the bell to get notified. Let's jump on into it. Before we start assembling the wreath, I want to show you the pieces that you're going to need. Now, all of this I pretty much picked up from Michael's, and then I also got a few things from the dollar store. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what those items are. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find the exact pieces, but some of the things I have specific links for, so I will go ahead and link those down below for you. The first thing that you're going to need, which I picked up at Michael's, I actually ordered this for curbside pickup, which was really nice. I didn't even end up having to go into the store. This is a 16-inch wreath form. I could not find this for the life of me. It took me so long to find this online, but it is a floral craft ring, and they do have these in different sizes. If you don't want one that is as large as this one, you can totally get the 14-inch, and I think they also have like a 10-inch option. So you can go ahead and pick the size that you are interested in and go from there. The second thing that you're going to need are these half wooden beads, and I decided to go with the 1.5-inch circles. Just know that if you get the 16-inch and the 1.5 inches, this only goes about halfway on the 16-inch wreath form. So just so you know. But you guys will see that in the video, so I'm sure it's gonna turn out fine. The next thing that you're gonna need, which is really important, it's gonna help you a lot, is a glue gun. Now this one, I know people have like wireless ones, but I think I just picked up like the cheapest one I could find at the craft store. And I also got my glue sticks from the dollar store, so we'll just see how this goes. The next thing I picked up is this spool of jute cord, which is probably what I'm going to be using to hang this wreath, just because the wire that I got to assemble the flowers on the wreath form is green, and I don't really want it to be hanging from this green wire. So I ended up picking up the jute cord. Now that leads me to this green wire. This is floral wire, and honestly, I picked this up at Michael's, but you can find this at the dollar store as well. It might not be as big of a pack, but they definitely have it available there. The next thing I got, you saw these in my last video. These were these little pumpkin stems. I showed you guys that I picked them up for some of my fall decor, and I did take them off the stem that they're on and just kind of place them around my house, but I got some of these so I can maybe possibly add them into the wreath. I don't know if I'll end up using these, but I picked those up and I have some extra, so it doesn't hurt. Then you're just gonna need an assortment of floral stem. You're just gonna need an arrangement of floral stems like this. Now, I picked up some really big flowers, some greenery, and then also just a few stems that are more like a filler. You wanna make sure that you have like a base flower and a greenery, and then also just a ton of different little things to kind of insert wherever you want. And then I also found this super cute little wooden wicker pumpkin. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but I thought it was super cute. Maybe just add as one big pumpkin on the wreath. I may or may not end up using this. We'll see how the wreath turns out, because I really wanted to go for like a very natural floral look. So this kind of matches that, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. I don't know. We'll have to kind of just play with it, and I think that's really the main trick to this, is probably just gonna be messing with it until you like it, but don't glue just in case, which is why I got the floral wire, because then you can kind of wrap it around the flowers and it's not as permanent as the hot glue, and you won't make as much of a mess. Let's get on into it. I'm super excited to see how this turns out, and I am ready to take on this project. For this project, you want to make sure you have your glue gun on and ready to go. Then go ahead and pour out your beads on your workspace so you can have easy access to them. While your glue gun is heating up, go ahead and arrange all of your wooden beads to see how they'll line up. And you can add as much or as little space in between the beads as you'd like. As you can see, I kind of spaced mine apart just a tiny bit so I had more coverage for the wreath base. Like I said before, if you end up purchasing the 16-inch wreath base and the 1.5-inch wooden beads, you should be able to at least cover half of the wreath form. And you can always adjust the spacing in between as you go. See here I'm doing that just to make more space for a few of the beads. Once you have the beads just where you want them, go ahead and start gluing them down. And it shouldn't take too much glue to hold them on. You can glue them in whichever order you'd like, but I started in the center to make sure I kept it exactly where I wanted it and worked my way outwards. Then continue to glue all of the beads down. You may go through more than one glue stick on this step. Once you've finished gluing all of the beads down, go ahead and check and make sure that all of the beads are pressed down firmly and that you didn't miss any. As you can see, I did miss one, so I'm glad that I caught it, and just go ahead and glue any of them down that you may have missed. Now that you've glued down all of the beads, go ahead and grab your greenery because that's going to be the base of your floral arrangement on the wreath. I forgot to say this in the beginning, but you are going to need a pair of heavy-duty scissors to help you out with these floral stems because the wires inside are pretty thick. Then start playing around with the arrangement of the greenery, where you'd like it to sit and how much of it you'd like to put on the wreath. Once you have the greenery in just the right spot, go ahead and take some of that floral wire from before, cut a little piece of it. You don't actually need too much of this for it to hold on pretty tightly. I made sure I wrapped the wire around the wreath base and the greenery, and then I twisted the wire like you would a twist tie on bread, and then just finished it off by wrapping it around multiple times, making sure that the greenery was secure. Once you get to the end of the wire, you can go ahead and just stick it in that bundle that you created, and I'll show you a close-up here just to make sure everything is secure. Before you wrap the top pieces of the greenery with the wire to keep them secure, go ahead and add in a few pieces here and there where needed. For those smaller pieces, you can go ahead and just use the glue gun. After you've added the extra pieces that you'd like, go ahead and take some more of that floral wire and wrap the top pieces of the greenery just to make sure everything is secure and it doesn't fall forward when you hang it on your door. And again, it doesn't take much of that floral wire for everything to be secure, especially if your stems are thinner and they don't have as thick of a base. Now just take some more of that floral wire and do the same step on the other side. I did pick up my wreath a few times throughout this process just to make sure nothing was falling forward. After the greenery, I picked up my big flowers that I purchased just to see how many I wanted to put on the wreath, and then I could go from there with all of the fillers. Once you've selected and placed all of your bigger flowers, you can go ahead and add a few of the smaller ones just to kind of see where you want them. This is really up to you if you want to add a lot of the little flowers or just a few of them. There really is no right or wrong way, it's all up to you and your preference. For the smaller flowers and fillers, it's a lot easier to just use the glue gun and place them where you want them. I do want to remind you that it is also easier to place the fillers where you'd like them and kind of build on that, but make sure you don't glue too soon because sometimes you might regret where you put one thing and you want to change it. So just go ahead and kind of play around with it. Here you can see I moved things multiple times, added another flower, and ended up sticking with just the two. So like I said, don't glue too quickly. You can also use some of that floral wire to wrap a few of the stems together before gluing them down. For the larger flowers, I did use a lot of hot glue, but I wanted to make sure that the glue was tacky before I stuck the flowers on, just to make sure I didn't make a huge mess. Then continue on in adding all of your fillers and that cute little wicker pumpkin I ended up adding as well. Once you've finished the floral arrangement and have everything where you want it, it's time to take out that jute cord and create a loop to hang your wreath. Go ahead and cut the jute cord to the desired length. Then you want to just make a lark's head knot, which you take both of the ends of the string together and create a loop, and then feed the ends of the string through that loop, and that is the first part of the loop that you're going to be hanging the wreath from. After you've secured the lark's head knot, go ahead and take the two ends and just tie them together. I just tied mine twice to make sure that the knot was secure and would hold on my door. Once you're finished tying the knot, go ahead and trim the excess off. Here's what that lark's head knot looks like close up. In the front you can't even see it, but on the back you'll see that both of those pieces were fed through that loop, and there you have it. You are finished with your wreath. One last thing that's really important, don't forget to unplug your glue gun.
Guys, this came out beautifully in my opinion. I love the colors. I love how like organic it looks, and it's just really simple. And what's nice is wreaths are really customizable, so you can kind of cater it to your taste. And here's what the back looks like. You can just see that I tried to hot glue this, and I ended up just bending the wire that this was on toward the front so that way it would stick. So I just ended up doing that. But here are some of the wires, and it's not even like that messy back there. So I'm really proud of how this came out. I honestly didn't have my hopes too high because I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out, but I really like the outcome, guys. If you end up making this wreath, definitely tag me in your pics. I will go ahead and put my username for Instagram on the screen here. Go ahead and tag me because this is so cute. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I post a new video every week, so go ahead and click the bell to get notified when those go live.